What are we doing?
I know. I'm gonna put my husband on a hot seat right now, and I'm gonna ask him a few questions for you to make sure that you guys get a little bit of an idea of how he prepares for a speech. I'm always with him, and I know and I see it, so I wanted to make sure you guys get that information. Okay, so we're gonna do a little Q&A.
Oh gosh, here we go.
So, you know, when I get you a speech and send you somewhere in the country to speak, what do you usually do once you have that speech to prepare for it in terms of the client or knowing who they are or who's going to be in the room?
Yeah, I want to know who's in the room. I want to know what their business is. I want to know what turns them on. Why are they in this room? I want to know that for sure. I also want to know how they make their living. For the most part, and the most important thing is, I want to know that environment of the room. I'm a stickler for that. I never take that lightly. I never show up in a room that I haven't been in before. I'm in there doing the Sacred Six way before. That's why I have Dawn fly me out a day early. I never come in the day of. I always come in the day before, and I'm marking my territory throughout that wherever room I'm going to be in. I hate going into rooms that I don't own yet, because I know the audience, they feel it. It's subtle, but they feel it, and it shows up in the performance. So I'm a stickler for preparation, the Sacred Six, getting ready to deliver the goods. I know my body's going to come through for me. If it's freed up, my body will come through for me. So I'm really, really a stickler for that, freeing this sucker up so that it'll come through for me and the audience.
Yeah, and then a lot of times I'll set up a call for him too, just to check in with the client, to ask some of the questions. Or if we don't do that, he'll go find the person who hired him, and like we're usually together, and he'll say, "Hey, tell me a little bit about who's in the room. What do they do?" He'll just kind of get an idea of it.
Yeah.
But I thought it was really telling. The other day we were doing a big speech. Actually, it was a new client for us that we have a year-long contract with. And we were really prepared and ready for this. And Bo spoke Friday, and the event started Wednesday. We were there when the event started on Wednesday, and we were in the room for the entire event. We didn't leave. And one of the guys was shooting a video that works for the company, and he says, Bo, I got to ask you something. He goes, I've never seen this with any other speaker, but you're always in the room before you give your presentation. Like, you come to the event, you're sitting there. And he goes, he's just like, do you do that all the time? And we said, yeah, we do. I mean, it's the only way to know what the energy is and the environment is that you're speaking in. But a lot of speakers just show up too, like right before they speak.
Well, most speakers, look, it's just like anybody. Nobody prepares for greatness. They want to be great, but they don't want to prepare. So Bobby Knight's correct. Everyone has the will to win, but no one will prepare to win. And the ones that do prepare to win, you know all their names. I could spout their names right now, and you go, yep, Michael Jordan, yep, Kobe Bryant, yep. I go right through the list. And all the other guys are just trying to be famous. They're just trying to be good. And they wish they were good, but they're not willing to put the preparation in place to be great. Championships are scheduled. Championships are scheduled. They're not willy-nilly. It's not like, I hope we win the championship this year. That's what most teams do. Most teams go, hope we win this year. They got no chance. Because guess what? Tom Brady's got it scheduled. It's part of his schedule. Now, he may lose, right? But it is scheduled. He is set up to win. The greats, that's how they set up their life. It is scheduled for a championship. That's what you must do too. That's why you must be in control of your schedule. So those of you who are a slave to your schedule, meaning you're not in control of it, grab a hold of the reins, because you got to be in command of your own schedule if you want to be the best. You got to take control of your schedule. Some people go, well, Bo, I can't work with you. I don't have the time. I go, yeah, you shouldn't. If you can't control your own schedule, then you're certainly not working with me. Everybody understand? Your greatness lies in your schedule and what you're willing to prepare and do. And I'm just crazy enough to prepare more than others. There's so many better athletes than me out there. You know what I mean? There was better safeties than me. They were faster, they were bigger, they were whatever. But I knew they weren't awake at the age of 9 on the wet grass in the fog. I knew they weren't awake. And I knew by the time 1984 rolled around, I knew that I'd be standing on top because no one was willing to run those miles. And that's the only talent that I have. And my kids, it's the only talent I teach them to have, is we're going to outwork everyone else. And if we do, we get to stand on top. We get to be called the best in the world at what we do. Because eventually the day is coming where all those miles add up to you standing on top. Did I answer the question?
I don't know.